Hi guys, UK Guns here. So this is going to be a brief video today. It's just a quick update on this. This is the Arken EP-8, which was sent to me by DNT Optics. They sent that to me a while ago for me to kind of test out. I've done some videos on this before where I kind of showed the features of the optic and that kind of stuff. So I'm not going to get too much into that. I will probably reference some bits, but I'm not going to get too bogged down in that because I've kind of already done a video on that. So perhaps I'll leave a link in the description to those videos in case you're interested. I'll also leave a link to this optic as well on DNT Optics. Big shout out to them and a thanks to them for sending this to me. I've been daily driving this now for a couple of months, I would say. So I've got a lot more time behind this. And that's why I thought I'd just make a quick update to let you know kind of my thoughts now that I've got a lot more rounds using it, time behind it, and using it in different settings as well. Because I've used it obviously on kind of longer range stuff, which you saw in my video where I used it on my 223 M4, kind of out to a couple hundred yards. And I've used it much closer for plinking and for practical shooting as well. And that's like LPVOs are kind of more lean themselves towards that kind of thing. So it's been put through its paces a little bit. So I thought I'd give you a bit of an update. Well, I really like the optic. It's a fantastic optic for its kind of the variations that you can use it for. So because it's a 1:6 and it's the LPVO, you can adjust it. So I showed you in the original video, but there's this barrel here that you twist and you can go all the way around to, oh sorry, it's a 1:8. My mistake. It's my other LPVO is a 1:6. This is a 1:8. So you can go all the way up to 8 power and of course all the way down to 1 power, meaning when it's at 1 power, it's not quite like a red dot, but it's just, you're just looking through clear glass. Obviously you have got the tube and stuff, so it's not the same as looking through a red dot or anything like that, but it's similar in terms of there's no magnification, and then you can go all the way up to 8 and everywhere in between. And it has its interesting reticule as well. I'll show you some footage for that, which is from a previous video, but I'll show you the reticule, how it kind of zooms through itself, and you get a different reticule when you're more zoomed in to what you are when you're zoomed out, which I really like as well. That feature really helps when you're trying to be more accurate at those greater distances. It's held zero absolutely fine. I don't have it on the best mount in the world. I think it's a West Hunter mount, so it's not the best mount in the world, but it has held zero. Obviously this is a 2.2, so the recoil is negligible, so it's not getting put up against too much stress, but it is in and out of cabinet, and also of course when I'm using it for practical shooting and stuff like that. So you know, it's been put through its paces a little bit. Held zero absolutely fine. The only thing, and this is with all LPVOs versus things like red dots or shorter things like ACOGs or those kinds of sights, is because of obviously parallax and stuff like that, sometimes finding my sight, especially when it's really zoomed in, finding the sight can be, it's a bit of a learning curve, and it was a little bit of a learning curve for me at first. I'm getting used to it now. Like I say, I've had this on the rifle for a couple of months, so I'm kind of getting used to that and getting much better at acquiring those sights much quicker. But at first, it definitely was a bit of a steep learning curve. So there is that to consider, especially if you're using it on 1 power or whatever. It's a little bit easier to find than it is when it's fully zoomed in. But it is not the same as using a red dot, something along those lines. So it's worth bearing that in mind. But in terms of the quality of the scope, I'm really happy. It's solid. It seems really well built. I've had no issues with it whatsoever. And I definitely plan to continue daily driving it for the time being. So big shout out to DNT Optics for sending it out to me. I really appreciate them for doing so. If you're looking for an LPVO, I do recommend the Arken EP-8. There's obviously lots of other great ones out there, and I'm not saying those aren't great, but this is a good one. I've enjoyed shooting it. I'm going to continue enjoying shooting it. I'm going to enjoy it some more, and I hope you found that interesting. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I'm hoping to bring out some more interesting stuff in the near future. As always, thanks for watching.